Well, of course, Lyons, Colorado was one of the most devastated communities that we saw through as a result of the flooding last year. I mean, so much was damaged. All the infrastructure, when that rain was coming down, we couldn't even reach anybody here, even by phone. We couldn't get any vehicles in here. But what we've seen already, just a year later, is the incredible work that's gone on around restoration, and the level of collaboration that we've seen in this community has really been very impressive. Now, when I'm here to visit the library, which has, of course, had to move 3 times, and it's done so with community support, and what I see is that kind of reflection of what's going on in the broader communities.
The building behind us was built around 1908 and used to sit between the railroad tracks to operate as a freight building, and in the 1980s it was donated to the library, which approximately doubled the space available to the library patrons. The morning of September 12th, the river jumped the banks when the debris backed up the bridge a little bit up the highway from the site. The water flowed down the highway and into the site and into the building and through the other side. There was damage of about 8 inches of water within the building, but then also secondary damage. We were not able to use the facility, and we want to be able to restore it historically, and so that's going to take time and a lot of extra money that the insurance company will not cover. The original stone depot was built in 1885 to support the quarry business, but it also was run as an excursion train to bring tourists into Lyons even back from the beginning. In 1970s, the building was put up for sale, and the community of Lyons didn't want to see it sold and potentially dismantled and moved away, and so the Lyons Historical Fund was founded at that point to save the depot.
The libraries have been such a tremendous support to their communities during the recent horrible flooding and fires in Colorado. Many of them have been able to bring their library services to evacuation centers when the people cannot get to the libraries, and they provide services like bringing in laptops so that people can stay on email and keep up to date with the news. They bring story times in and books for the kids to give them something really meaningful to do during their time there. And I think the Lyons Depot Library here is a great example of the lengths that libraries go to in their dedication and passion to serving their communities. Here they are in their 3rd temporary location, but they have that tremendous passion to make the service as much as possible to their communities.
You know, people have been coming almost, from as soon as you could get back into town a couple weeks afterwards, and working on the town, volunteering, all these different groups, Christian aid ministries, Red Cross, Salvation Army. We've got all these various churches around, volunteer, teams, Russian volunteer teams. We've had just all kinds of volunteers coming in, along with AmeriCorps. And who shows up, varies all the time. On Wednesdays, it's kind of more informal in-town group. Probably about 15 people show up regularly every Wednesday. And on Saturdays, we can get anywhere from 20 up to 80 people. Recently will show up.
Well, we will get back to where Lyons was originally. It'll take some time, but what we want to do is make it even better and safer. Nobody's given up. Nobody's walked away. Everybody said, what can we do to restore this community to be even better than it was before?